Russian forces are stepping up their assault on Ukraine's two largest cities in an escalation of Vladimir Putin's unprovoked invasion of that country.
On day 6 of the war, heavy artillery fire and airstrikes rained down on Kharkiv in the east, while a 65-kilometer-long Russian convoy moves closer to Kyiv. Matt Ingram has the latest.
Sirens and smoke at the center of Kyiv. 2 Russian missiles striking the main TV tower and killing 5 civilians. Checkpoints have been set up throughout the city as a 65-kilometer-long Russian convoy of tanks and armored cars bears down on the Ukrainian capital in what experts fear is a bid to topple the government and install one friendly to the Kremlin. Thousands of people in Kyiv crowded the central train station, hoping to board trains heading towards western Ukraine. In the country's east, a Russian missile strikes the regional administration building in the center of Ukraine's second-largest city, Kharkiv. Ukrainian officials say missiles also struck residential areas, leaving at least 10 dead and 35 wounded. The city has been heavily bombed for days now. The Ukrainian government releasing videos it says shows shelling of residential areas. It says this video shows the aftermath of an attack against Kharkiv's hospital. A Ukrainian MP posted this video she says is a basement where children in Kharkiv have now been taken for medical treatment. Human Rights Watch says it has documented the use of a cluster bomb in Ukraine's east, which are prohibited weapons under international treaty. People in Kharkiv and 2 munitions experts say multiple cluster bombs have been used in Kharkiv.
They are afraid. They're really afraid.
Denis Samolenko was born and raised in Kharkiv and is moved to tears by the images coming out of his city. He escaped to western Ukraine days before the invasion because he believed it was coming, taking some family with him, but leaving many friends behind.
I have bad attitude to myself that I couldn't help them.
Russia says it is only attacking military targets in Kharkiv, but Samolenko says he knows from his friends still there that residential areas are being hit.
He is bombing kindergarten, he is bombing hospitals.
Samolenko says he feels helpless to save his friends and very angry at Vladimir Putin and Russia, remarking he was happy the Russian plane responsible for some of today's strikes was reportedly shot down.
And I was very glad that this piece of was dead, actually, because he killed a lot of peaceful people.
Kharkiv. Удар крылатой ракеты.
In a state address, Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky called the missile attack in Kharkiv state terrorism. He later addressed the European Union via video link where he pleaded for the EU to prove it is with Ukraine, one day after Ukraine asked to join the bloc. He received a standing ovation.
We are more united than ever, and we will stand up in this war.
Meantime, diplomats walked out of a speech by Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov at the UN Human Rights Forum.
So Canada will petition the International Criminal Court of Justice against Russia for crime against humanity and war crime.
There are growing calls from Ukrainian lawmakers and civilians for NATO to set up a no-fly zone over Ukraine to prevent the Russians from conducting airstrikes. But some Western experts warn that a no-fly zone would result in NATO warplanes fighting Russian warplanes, and that would spark a larger war. If you'd like to see more of my interview with Denis Samolenko, a longer version will be posted to CHCH's website and YouTube channel later tonight.